Hey, it's December 4th, 2019, and this is the video for, who are we doing? This is for Scorpio, Scorpio Ascendant, Scorpio Risings. Scorpio, we're going to talk about Jupiter. Jupiter entering Jupiter entering Capricorn. Now, you're going to want to know what this is going to look like, how it's going to feel in your life. It's going to make a change. It's going to be entering Capricorn where you have had Saturn and Pluto sitting. Pluto has been in your Capricorn. It has been there for 13 years. Pluto is all about changing something in a very deep way. It grabs the shit by the root and throws it out. That is Pluto. So this is a huge deal. Understanding what area in your life has been going through this deep transformation. Now, Saturn joined into that party 2 years ago. So I don't need to tell you this. You would know right away what area of your life that this has been. This more specifically, let me grab my notebook here. This more specifically would have been going on in relationships. Oh wait, Pluto, I'm sorry, Capricorn. In your third house, communication. Communication, communication, communication. How you think, how you think, how you think. It's also the third house is where this is. You have Capricorn in your third house if you are a Scorpio ascendant. So this is all about changing the way you think about things, but in a deep way. So this is going to affect your belief systems as well. And that's going to have to do with your belief systems in regard to home and family, okay, and what that means for you. So this is a huge factor. Having Pluto there, changing all of that, changing the dynamics, changing of what that's supposed to look like. It's going to go away. It's something that's been within our society, our structure for a very long time. And we're changing the way we do things, changing the way we do business. That's also the third house, by the way. It's changing how you do business. It's the house of the entrepreneur, which I want to add. And that's a huge factor for Scorpio Ascendant, Scorpio Risings. If you have Capricorn in your third house, and the third house is sales, internet, marketing, social media, right? God, look how that's changed in the last 10 years. Look how that's changed just in the last 5 years, right? So now that the internet is the thing that it is, and social media, and here, YouTube, right? So for the third house, all that, the way of doing business is going away. The old ways, the tried, true, and the trusted ways is being broken down and dismantled. That's what Saturn and Pluto do. Together, they say we're going to get rid of some things, especially abuses of power, abuses of governmental power, abuse in power of structured things, structured religion, right? Structured beliefs. So all that's going to be exposed and dismantled, but built up anew, not exposed and dismantled as in going away and it's over, but just bringing about something new. It's called a reconstructure, a reconstructuring phase, all right? Now, Jupiter entering this house for you, this is also the way you think, okay? Have you been thinking about starting your own business? In the last 10, 12 years, have you started your own business? Because that's what you should have been doing. Think about it. This is all about marketing. And maybe not so much your very own business. Maybe you thought you would pair up with somebody. You know, maybe something like that has gone on. But I'm pretty certain you felt like you could go it alone without a problem. But maybe from time to time, we're so busy you needed partners. That could be a really good possibility. Because having Capricorn there, that is the place where we strive. And we know we got what it takes to be able to make it to the mountaintop. Okay, because that's what Capricorn, it's the goat that always climbs up, that physically knows how to do the work to get there. So right now we're going to talk about the Jupiter cycle more specifically, okay? You want to understand that for Jupiter entering this house, Jupiter previously was, we're going to talk about the earth signs because that's what this is. Capricorn is earth. And so when Jupiter enters there, we need to better understand what it's been doing in relating to the element of earth, okay? And so for you, those elements are in your third house, your seventh house, and your 11th house. What does that mean? Third house, like I said, was everything I already talked about earlier, which is internet, social media, marketing, short trips, short journeys, by the way, too. You know, so working, having to travel, short little journeys for work, okay? Sales, Totally. Salesman's house is the third house because it's communication, talking, speaking. Now it's also your seventh house, which is relationships. For your seventh house relationships, Scorpio ascendants, you have very grounded, stable Taurus there. So you don't take risk in relationships. However, you have Uranus there. Uranus entered that house a couple of years ago, and it's going to be there for another 5 to 6 years. Okay? 5 to 6 years. Uranus is all about surprise. Okay? So Jupiter, that's Earth. So Jupiter has some input from that house. Okay? It's also Virgo energy, which is in your 11th house, which is your social circles and your friends. All right? The 11th house is also astrology. So for Scorpio ascendant, Scorpio risings, there might be an element of astrology that you absolutely love, because in astrology we get to tangibly, physically see on paper how things line up. And then if we study it, we can actually connect dots. And Virgo is all about connecting the dots. So you could excel at astrology if you have planets in that house, and depending upon other things. By the way, this is all astrology and I'm G. If I didn't say that, I want to make that quick announcement here. We give one high quality reading to each subscriber. Okay, it's our gift to you. It's a one-time gift. It's not computer generated. It is a high quality report. It is not shit. It's completely 100% legit. It's intuitive. It's intellectual. It's material. It's tangible. It's spiritual. It's esoteric. It's all the things you need it to be. Okay, and you're going to get the information. You're going to get a reading. You're going to get whatever it is that myself and Miss A and I are inclined, what's most pressing that you need to hear in your life. Okay, so just comment your birth digits below and we'll hook you up. Now, with that said, we're going to go right back to what this is all looking like. So I want you to understand better this Jupiter cycle. Jupiter for you in its Earth cycle first began in what I desire in a relationship. Okay, that's what Jupiter began. It began in Taurus, all right? And Taurus is all about what I desire. And for you, it's pinpointed on your relationships, what you need in a relationship, okay? Now, next, Jupiter then went to Virgo. And Virgo was all about, how do I get that? What do I got to do to get what I value? What do I got to do to get what I want in my life? To have more of the things that I value surround me and be within my immediate environment. Then Jupiter went into Capricorn, where it is now. Okay, so now we can better understand what's on Jupiter's mind now that it's in this earthy planet. Capricorn is Earth, but it's this let's do it thing. Okay, that's what Capricorn is. It's cardinal, which means I take action, I do. I have a value, I know how to get the value, right? Taurus, I have a value. Virgo, I know how to do it. I know how I'm going to get that. And then Capricorn says, well, let's take action. Let's bring it into the material plane. Let's do it. Let's go. That is the Capricorn. That is Jupiter and Capricorn. All systems go. Let's do this. Now, this is all happening in, like I said, your third house. So it really comes down to, I truly believe I'm hearing businesses. This is the season of the entrepreneur. If there has ever been a time, and more of an explosive time than I know of in our history, where people, I don't think there is, where people have been more of in an entrepreneurial phase, working for themselves. Be my own boss, own my own business, right? Because our structures, our structured business model is deteriorating. It's leaving us. It's fading away. It's transforming. Okay? And so this new model that's coming about is really more about our individual unique abilities and how I can share those and share that value and get a return on that value with other people, but without a big boss hanging over my head. With me being exactly who I am, with the skill set that I was blessed with when I came in, and saying, oh my gosh, there's a value to this. And I want to match it up with somebody out there who recognizes the value. That's what this is. So go for it. I'm thrilled about this. I love seeing where Jupiter is in everybody's charts. And for Scorpio Ascendant, dang, I know I hear the song, I got the power, or you got the power, whatever. It's like, let's do this. It's time. Now, yes, there will be trials and tribulations going through this process. Jupiter will be in your third house for 1 full year. Okay, you got 12 months to work with the Jupiter energy. It is typically a beneficial energy. all right? And so when we say that, that means, well, let's talk about Jupiter now. Jupiter is exaggerating. That's the first lesson to know about Jupiter. It has a tendency to exaggerate because it adds to things. Okay, so whatever I'm saying, if I sound way over the top to you, understand it's a mixture of taking Jupiter's exaggerations, but when it's combined with the Capricorn energy is very grounded, very realistic. Jupiter is idealistic and Capricorn is realistic. So when you merge those two together, you get this sweet, beautiful, in the middle harmony. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. So you see, this isn't far-fetched at all. Not at all, because like I said, the Jupiter cycle went through what I desire in Taurus to the tangible, practical Virgo that said, well, this is how I can practically, tangibly, intellectually achieve this. This is how I know I can connect the dots, and it's very realistic. Virgo's very efficient, okay? Virgo's all about being organized, okay? And then it goes to the to the Capricorn level where it's like, hey, we can do this. We've got a plan, all right? And Capricorn's all about executing a plan. It's your highest hopes, goals, aspirations, and ambition. Acknowledgement, recognition, how you are to be recognized in the world. The time has come, all right? So December has all of this energy and more for all of us. But if you are an ascendant sign with Scorpio there, okay, this is happening in that third house of media, multimedia, marketing, okay, sales. I already talked about all this. It's teaching, like what I'm doing right now, teaching, sharing my knowledge, sharing your knowledge, and maybe having business partners, working with others, right? Connecting with others, okay? To make business hookups, connections like, hey, I do this for a living. Great, I know someone who needs that skill set. I know someone who needs what you do, type of thing, all right? So this is exciting. I would love to hear about how this plays out. I would love feedback. I would love to hear, for you to just share what's going on in your life and to understand, oh my God, like this started X amount of years ago and this is going on. And yeah, I've been wanting to know, is this the time? Should I jump off? Should I do this? And without looking into details of your chart, the overarching energy is saying, yes, we support this. Okay? But if you want a specific reading, just punch your stuff down below and we'll start communication that way and we'll work out details with you if you've already gotten a free reading. Okay, so now let's talk about there's going to be a full moon happening on the 12th of this month. This is a nice full moon in that it's in Gemini, which is also it's in Gemini, so it supports the work of the third house because the third house is Gemini energy. It's speaking, it's thinking, it's communication, it's teaching, it's the internet, it's social media, it's marketing, it's sales. That's Gemini. It's not a coincidence. We're having a full moon in Gemini and it supports your Jupiter in your third house, okay? It's at 20 degrees. So if you have your own chart, you can look it up and find out if you have something at 20 degrees Gemini. If you don't have your own chart, and if you already got a free one for me and you're not really sure or whatever, you always could just go pull up your own chart. There's a link down below the video, below every video, how to draw up your very own chart so you have something to look at as you're listening to the videos. So you're not 100% dependent on me or anybody else. That's my goal here at Allastrology, to make you free thinkers, independent free thinkers. Okay? Understanding energetic cycles and how to work with them, using them no different than a weather report. Okay? So having this happen, and this is occurring in your 8th house, okay? Scorpio ascendant, this is in your 8th house. That is your house, Scorpio. 8th house is your house. Connecting to spirit, hearing straight messages from God, source, creator, the universe, whatever you want to call that, okay? Connecting to the other side, getting information. That's where the full moon's happening. The full moon is a culmination and a closing. It's a finishing of something. All right, because after you finish, you start something new, okay? So that will be then. Now, at the 26th of this month, we are going to be having our new moon. Yeah, it's our new moon eclipse. An eclipse is a new moon. And this, I want you to understand where this is at. This is important. This is 4 degrees. I know, 4 is a very, very big number. It's December 4th. But it's 4 degrees of Capricorn. So again, this is happening in your 3rd house, Scorpio sun, Scorpio risings, Scorpio sun. It's happening in your 3rd house. A new beginning it marks. Something new is coming. It is dependent on you releasing something from the old, something that no longer works. You're not going to get the new unless you release the old. That's how this is happening, okay? If you have a planet at 4 degrees, it's already happened to you. It's already begun. If you have a planet at 4 degrees Capricorn, you're already feeling it. You're already in the eclipse mode, and I've gotten feedback from tons of other people already who have exact locations, and they already are feeling it. If you don't have a planet there, it may not